I was talking with a cat named Chili, and the intention for the session was that Mom was going to be leaving the country for a year. And of course, she was just worried and concerned about all of the logistics. She wanted to check in with Chili about this situation. The session, it was so beautiful. He was so proud of his mom. It was very much a goodbye, but like it felt more permanent than a year. There was some mystical, eternal thread to the whole session, and he kept talking about how they could connect, and he was showing 12 times once a month, and that connection, it was like an anchor for his mom to reflect, to connect not only with him but to connect with herself. He was supporting her for her trip, and he was making jokes about how he was going to shuffle off to the retirement home, and it was just so sweet and beautiful and a celebration and really like a goodbye. This is the only time this has happened. We covered the main intention for the session, and normally I have more questions, but he was like, this is enough for my mom to digest. Can we stop here and you give her the second half of the session after she's digested this? And I said, yes, of course. So we did that. Mom came back with a few more questions around options of where he could stay while Mom was going to be away. And I was going to connect with him. Sometimes I sit down and they just say, wait. And it's like I was going to connect with him and it was a wait. It was a wait. The questions didn't feel alive. I woke up one morning and I was like, this is the day. And then I received an email from Mom that said, I believe Chili has gone off to pass away. And I'm like, yep, today's the day. I could feel those questions weren't it. Chili was guiding not only the session, but the timing of the session. And so when I connected with Chili, I mean, it was just so beautiful. It was full of so much love. He was showing me how, in a way, hold these words very loosely because our language is so limited with what these animals share with me that is beyond this earthly realm. So it's like he was showing how he was walking between worlds, preparing the way for his mom, preparing the way for her next chapter. And it was so filled with love and gratitude. And I can't tell 100%. Animals feel very much alive to me, whether they're in spirit or here on earth. If anything, animals in spirit feel bigger, but it felt like he had passed. There's no way for me to guarantee that, but this is what was coming through in session. And it was just so beautiful because he had his little paws around this entire session, not only the session itself, but the timing of the session. It's so beautiful. Every session just blows my mind. And every session deepens the mystery of how this universe works. And it just humbles me to my core.